Hello and welcome to FTTR, I'm Hugh McQuaid, and today I finally talk about my favourite game. One of my favourite wrestling games of all time. Now, why am I only just talking about this? Because I've had a special adapter that allows me to, play my PlayStation 2 on that TV. I say special adapter, it's not that special. It's just a HDMI converter, but I can finally play some of my favourite games. So I'm going to be starting by talking about this bad boy right here, SmackDown. Here comes the pain. Easily one of the best wrestling games of all time. Possibly the best wrestling game of all time. Now, what makes SmackDown Here Comes the Pain one of the best wrestling games out there that you could possibly play? Well, shall we start with the fundamentals? Start with the gameplay. The gameplay of this game is insanely good. It is so fluid. Everything can be countered. It runs seamlessly for a PlayStation 2 game. You look at like WWF No Mercy, and that was seamless. Everything could be reversed and reversed and reversed. But the graphics weren't great. I don't think No Mercy holds up that well. That might be sacrilege. But Here Comes the Pain. Oh my god, it is just the most fast-paced wrestling game nearly ever. Just the fact that everything is constantly reversing, but it also, the gameplay makes it feel like a real match. You're hitting these moves and opponents just stay down after a big move for ages, and you get near falls, you get blood. This SmackDown Here Comes the Pain just oozes professional wrestling, particularly I think it came out in about 2003. I want to say particularly wrestling of that era. It's just incredible, the gameplay. I absolutely love playing this game. I've wasted hours just on this, mainly in exhibition matches, just having banger after banger after banger, because it makes me feel like I'm living out a proper match. And that's not even touching on all the hardcore elements in this game. Stuff like the tables imploding, the weapon shots, hardcore matches, all the weapon strikes and everything are quite fluid and seamless. Even in current 2K games, weapons are a bit sluggish. Even the grapples with them. And the only thing that feels impactful to me personally in the new 2K games is the steel chair. I do love the good chair shots. But other than that, they don't feel well built at all. But the weapons in this game just feel excellent to control. They work seamlessly with the control scheme that THQ have got in the game. And shall we talk about the roster? Oh my god, this is an absolutely stacked roster. It shows that you don't need something like 180 characters to make a roster feel important. And I think that's important with fighting games. The 2K games, you've got deep rosters, but they can sort of feel similar. Some of the characters do. It's like, no offence to the guys on 205 Live, but yeah, they're sort of carbon copied in the game. They don't feel that unique personally to me. But you look at some of the stars that are in this game and it's like, wow, that is what a roster should be for a top tier wrestling game. You've got The Undertaker, you've got Brock Lesnar, you've got Kurt Angle, you've got Triple H, you've got Shawn Michaels, you've got, for some reason, Matt Hardy's come into my head, you've got Jericho, you've got just an incredibly stacked roster. And maybe that's what WWE was at the time. Well, obviously it was. But yeah, you can't complain about some of the stars and deep cuts that are in this roster. And you've got legends and everything added on top of that. It's just fantastic for me. The roster entirely is just brilliant. Love playing as every single character and just wasting away hours. That's why I feel like this game stands above other wrestling games. It doesn't feel like a wrestling game. To me, it feels more like a fighting game. And fighting games you can just get immersed in for hours upon hours upon hours. That is what the best fighting games can do, and I feel like that's what SmackDown Here Comes the Pain does in spades. And shall we talk about the season mode? Because it is one of the best elements of wrestling storytelling in games. That's what we want in a wrestling game. We want to be able to live the career of a professional wrestler. Now, granted, some of it doesn't hold up. By that I mean sort of the way they treat women. That's not great. There's a bra and panties match on the the match types. The match types. There's a bra and panties match on the match types. That doesn't hold up. Let's not play that. Let's not do that ever again. But the season mode's really fun. It's really immersive. You know, you get the odd choice here and there. And it feels like you're living out the career of a WWE superstar, vying for titles, talking to the GMs. That's the kind of thing that, me personally, I want from a wrestling game. I don't want all this bollocks that's in the new 2K games. I feel like their stories are just abysmal. They are the worst, and I don't enjoy playing them at all. This is fun. This is really fun. This is what I feel they did. They were like, it's almost like they took this as a blueprint for the road to WrestleMania kind of storytelling we got in the later SmackDown vs Raw games. So I just love the season mode. I think it's really fun. I'm currently playing through it as, I believe, Matt Hardy. Played through it as The Undertaker, and I think I'm playing through it as Matt Hardy now. I kind of want to go back and play it again. Maybe it's Jericho. We'll see about that. And then finally, the last thing I want to touch upon, because this is a very controversial topic in terms of the current 2K games, and that is match types. There's an exhausting amount of match types in this game. Well, not exhausting. I wouldn't say exhausting. Exhausting's more sort of later SmackDown vs Raw games, the 09 era. The match types are streamlined, but there's a lot of them. You know, you've got hardcore, you've got elimination chamber, you've got all the variations of tag teams, multi-mans, Royal Rumbles. My personal favourite is 3 Stages of Hell. I want that to come back more than anything else in nearly any other wrestling game, because 3 Stages of Hell is a match type that I adore. I don't know why there aren't more 3 Stages of Hell matches in the product itself and on the games, because it's just perfect. Granted, it's a 2 out of 3 falls match with stipulations. It's just cool, and it's got a really cool name. That's my favourite match type from the game. You just know SmackDown Here Comes the Pain's a great game, but I just need to get this on camera and tell everyone to go out, seek out SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, to relive some of the best wrestling memories that's ever happened. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I love this game. It's 5 out of 5. It is perfect. It is a perfect wrestling game. And yeah, check it out if you can right now. Please. So I'm going to start doing more of these reviews. I've got a few more SmackDown vs Raw games lined up that I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be running through. We're going to be talking about some Road to WrestleMania stuff. I want to do more gaming content, basically. So yeah, if you want to see more gaming content, let me know down in the comments. And thank you all ever so much for your support. I hope you have enjoyed this ramble, and have a nice day.